How's it going, guys? Simba here with the Face of the Franchise Gaming Journal. This will only be a one-part series, seeing as I'm only taking this mode up to the draft part of the game. This way I can spend a little bit more time focused on the stories that Madden 21 has laid out for us to enjoy. If you like this content, please remember to hit the like button, comment down what you think, and subscribe to keep up to date with gaming journals and more. Nevertheless, without further ado, let's get this journal started. The game starts off with you visiting your old high school, walking the halls and sitting down in the gym for an interview. From what I gathered, this is your Hall of Fame interview, meaning your player has already made it to the Hall of Fame, and that this Face of the Franchise mode will be you working backwards from what you have achieved. I think this is great. It gets your mind in the zone where you need to be the best quarterback that you can be so that you can earn that Hall of Fame status, and also it's an interesting lead or start to the story. So I pretty much meet my team, and of course the quarterback in the team already has it in for me, telling me things like, hey man, this is my team, I'm the starting QB, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, okay man, this team is yours. Anyway, turns out in the story, he has a heart condition, which is pretty sad. He keeps telling me that no matter what happens out there, you just better stay out of my way and let me do my thing. Anyway, we come up to a game. He ends up finishing, I think it was the fourth quarter. He couldn't finish it off, so he had to come off the field, and the coach pretty much just turns to me and says, hey man, we need you. You need to get out there and we've got to win this thing. And so that's what I did. I went out there and I won.
The Eagles give it to the back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown!
So at this point, I'm actually really enjoying the story. I'm pretty stoked that I'm the starting QB for my high school team. We just won the game, and me and the coach are, laying down some game plans and celebrating my victory and all that kind of stuff. And then guess who shows up? Tommy Matthews. That's the name of the guy who's our original QB. Anyway, he got all his medical stuff cleared, and he comes back to me and the coach, and he pretty much says, I want to play as a wide receiver. And he does this because he knows scouts are coming to the games and stuff, and they just want to see him he just wants to be seen at his best. So he pretty much tells me, hey man, just give me my shot, give me my chance. And I'm like, okay, sweet as. So when we get the game going and we start playing through our second high school season, I start throwing him some deep balls here and there, just to keep the brother happy. At this point, most people don't actually like the way the story was set up. I've read a lot of reviews, and they say that the story is pretty bland, but I think EA actually has done a good job. There's so many twists and turns in the story, and even the voice acting. You have some above average voice acting in this game, which is actually good to see, because I remember past EA games, it's been way below average. So yeah, again, this is an unpopular opinion, but I do think that EA done a good job with this, so far so good. So we dominate our senior year at high school, and we come out on top of the championship, and we inherit this title called the Heartbreak Kids, because that's what we're doing out there, man. We are honestly slaying out there on the field. Him at wide receiver and me at quarterback. And I just want to mention as well at this point, the controls and the graphics and everything in this game is so lag free. I think it's only because I'm playing it on PC, and this might be the same on the PS5 and Xbox S and S versions. It's really smooth, very few glitches, and it allowed me to enjoy this Madden game at 60 frames, which is awesome, EA. After our championship high school run, we get to the famous scene where you get to choose what college you're going to go to, and I go with the Michigan State Spartans, and guess what? So does he, and he gives this whole Batman needs his Robin spiel, and then I found out he's going to the Spartans as a QB, so he wants to compete or take my position as quarterback. And at this point I'm like, this guy really wants to go there? Again? Another twist? Well done, EA. So we're sitting in front of the head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, and he pretty much says that he doesn't care about the offense. Defense wins championships. And he pulls out his rings just to make a point, and like I said, he doesn't care who starts, he just doesn't want us to stuff up the offense. So pretty much what happens is that we are QBs on alternate weeks. So he goes, I start week 1, he goes week 2, and so on and so forth. So we go with it. I mean, there's nothing much I can do. We win games left, right, and center. Then we get to this part of the story where me and Tommy are arguing about who should start for the championship game. And then I lose my cool and I say something dumb like this.
I'm supposed to be Batman, you're Robin. Oh, this whole thing again? Are you dumb? I didn't take anything from you. Your body took it from you.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to say that, and I actually felt really bad after choosing that decision. But in saying that, I'm actually liking the way EA has put this all together. You know, your decisions, they're just not bland and they're not like simple, but they're actually, you know, really impactful to the story. So well done, EA. Anyway, it comes down to the championship game, and Matthew starts, and pretty much he can't carry on for the second half against the Hurricanes. And so he gives me the whole, you got my back, right? Go finish this thing. And the coach hits me with the whole, you only got one chance speech. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? Damn, we got to win this and I got to do it well. So I did, and I won our first college championship ring. And I'm pretty stoked because it's like, this is the Super Bowl for college. And I made some awesome plays during the game, and I'm setting myself up for the NFL draft. Then what happens next? Another twist. At this point, I'm like, calm down, EA, man. You've already given us so many twists and turns already, and it's so many. Anyway, this is what happens. The coach sits me down and he says, if you enter the draft now, you'll be third round pick at best. And he's telling me to stay on for another year, but this time as a wide receiver or a running back. And I'm like, what the Now they're forcing me to play Tommy's role while Tommy gets an opportunity to be starting QB throughout the whole season. The whole season. At this point, man, I'm pretty pissed, and I couldn't really say anything else. My goal is to become the #1 draft pick. So I come out and I announce that I'll be staying with the Spartans for another year as a wide receiver. Another aspect of the game I like to touch on is that the questioning and answering part of it. I like how easy it's been for me to set out my character's abilities and stacks and perks based on the choices that I make. I know it's nothing new, but it works, and I'm happy that EA kept with it. You even have popular superstars' names above the options like Michael Thomas or Tyreek Hill to help new players understand, what kind of receiver they want their player to be, which is awesome. So long story short, we win another championship game, and we win it pretty convincingly, of course, making sure that I'm getting majority of the passes and the touchdowns to make sure my chances of being the #1 draft pick are very high. We come to my final year at the Spartans. Me and Tommy, we're cool, we're on good terms, hopefully no more twists and turns, and we move on to the NFL Combine, where I state the following things. I'm entering as quarterback, and I'm looking forward to be recruited by the Seattle Seahawks. That's right, my favorite team. I like to say that I killed it at the NFL Combine, hitting a 4.4 on my 40-yard dash and hitting 8 out of 10 of my passes as a quarterback. I thought though, for this part of the story, it could have been a little bit more prolonged, maybe have a little bit more of a story twist with me and Tommy, or even just having a scene with me and Tommy, or me interacting with other people at the Combine would have been cool. But I just think they might have needed to add something else, because going from the state championships to the Combine was pretty quick, and it really did feel a bit rushed. So now we arrive at the end of this journal. I played 4 winning championship seasons in high school and college combined, got through all the drama and twisted turns created by EA, again, well done, and I took the Combine by storm, making only 2 passing errors, and ended up as the #1 pick in the NFL draft for the Seattle Seahawks. And that, my friends, is the happy ending that I wanted. Thank you again, guys, for watching and listening. Again, if you enjoyed this content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with our gaming journals, podcasts, and other gaming content and anime content that is yet to come. Till the next video, Simba out.